The past is now only a memory. The present is ever changing. And the future is still to be written. This week in Finland, we play two iconic European courses, both showcasing the beauty and future of our sport. Weeks like these are an opportunity. They are a chance at growing your legacy, proving the doubters wrong, seeing the unexpected, experiencing redemption. A major championship has all this and more. The 2024 European Open starts now.
Hello and welcome to round one coverage from the 2024 European Open presented by Discmania. This is the second PDGA major of the season. This is a big one. You're on JomezPro. Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri.
That's right, guys. We are here at the Monster, aka the Tampere Disc Golf Center. One of the most difficult courses in all of Europe. And for the first time ever, we were playing the European Open on a non-beast course. Tight lines, long holes, lot of rain, and we've got Gannon, Buhr, former US champion, on our card. Perhaps the best player in the world right now. We've got perhaps one of the best Finnish players in the world of all time, Niklas Anttila. You know he was going to be on our feature card first round at the Finnish Major Championship. Who else have we got? Oh, of course, we've got one of the most famous and recognizable players in the world, and probably the most famous European player ever, Simon Lizotte. And finally, the former champion of this event, Ellis, winning his first major championship last year in dramatic fashion in the epic battle against Anthony that came down to the wire. Obviously, it's going to be exciting to watch him play and all these guys play on a brand new course, getting right into the hardest hole on the course.
Yeah, it's a par 4. It is as straight as a string, as far as you can go. There's out of bounds left, there's out of bounds right. There's 3 really specific landing zones if you want to play it that way. Being as far as it is, it can require 3 shots. Some rare birdies do happen, and it's an extremely tough hole. Absolute bonus birdie in my opinion.
Reigning European Open champion, sponsored by Discraft from USA, Ellis.
There were a couple different pockets of downpour that were just unreal, and the lead card, or the feature card, just happened to be teeing off on the hardest hole in the course during one of them.
Just a smidge under 800 feet.
And sitting down the fairway, that's fine. Anything off is incredibly tight rough.
Next on the tee, your 4-time European Player of the Year, sponsored by MVP Disc Sports from Germany, Simon Lizotte.
The things that makes hole 1 so difficult as you see Simon lining up this shot is that there's really no way to safely play it for par. You have to just kind of do your best to make this drive land in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think there's a more daunting hole 1 that I can remember to start a tournament off with.
Yeah, that's a good shot from
Next
Simon.
on the tee, your 3-time Finnish national champion, sponsored by Discmania, Niklas Anttila.
You can see the sun starting to come out. I think these guys might have missed the worst of the rain.
It might have been the card before him.
I think the heaviest rain has just ended at this point.
And Niklas trying to break that from left down to the middle. In the end, it kicks off to the side, but he's going to be safe.
Next on the tee, your 2022 United States champion. Sponsored by Discmania, Gannon, Buhr.
What an insane season Gannon Buhr is off to this year. Just nearly top 5 at every event, if not top 5, top 10 in almost every event he's played this season. It's been the Gannon Buhr show.
He's going with the sidearm off the tee. The fairway does break off to the right, as you can see right here. He needs to put on the brakes. It does get pinched off over there. He's going to be in bounds, but that's just going to be a pitch out.
Yeah, I can't see how he could think about making birdie from over there.
I'm actually surprised, Jerm, you mentioned that it's so tough to just play this one for par. I couldn't agree more. I'm surprised that none of these like went full send with like a fast driver, because taking off a bunch of the fairway on the first shot is actually a pretty typical way you would play this hole.
Have you guys seen anybody go? There's a little bit of airspace kind of high right. Have you seen anybody try to get up into that area? I mean, I know that right side OB is probably coming into play. I was curious if we might see some of the more aggressive players think about trying to take advantage of that space. This is in some danger.
Ooh, early left, kicks back. Going to have maybe a obstructed run-up for Simon off that left side.
I think with this rain passing through, they're going to definitely play a little conservative here to start. Maybe tomorrow, once they've got it figured out, we might see some bigger shots.
Oh, yeah. I can't do much at all from there.
And these guys are fortunate they missed that rain. It was short. It was sweet. Well, maybe sweet's not the right word for it. But I think during the 10 to 15 minutes of rain that came down, I think it's the hardest rain I've ever played through in my 18-year career.
A half inch was dumped in that short period of time.
It was pretty unbelievable. And Gannon's going to have to make a long putt to save his par in the first hole of the tournament.
Corey has to go standstill, and he does pretty well with it. Does it stop before the OB? Awkward spot here, too. Oh, man, a little low.
Wow, really overstable disc, though, and kind of gets a good ride out of it. Looked like it was just going to dig into the ground, but the current course record holder will have a long putt for his par on the first hole. That course record being set at 8 under par.
Simon a little overturned.
Beats a lot of trees, though. That could have been dead early.
And you can see there's OB stakes over there, and it's pretty close to C1 edge.
This is C2's edge. 20-meter look for Niklas.
That's early left. Doesn't even need to look at it.
No, my caddy and I today forgot umbrellas and raincoats.
No, you didn't.
I was just as wet as if I went in a swimming pool in about
Did you really not have an umbrella?
2 or 3 minutes, yeah.
Oh, no. Well, we are looking at potentially the star frame in the bad way if Gannon and Simon don't make their putts. And Gannon off heavy left side chains.
I feel like these baskets, they are new, but they look skinnier. Are they a little skinnier?
I always wonder if maybe they would.
There's
There's been so much talk about the target size, right? And I always wonder if maybe some company is just going to shrink it by like 3%. Sometime where we don't quite,
Yeah.
and that like sort of does.
I think it
the
might have
job.
been right here.
Well, I mean, if you take the comparison between these baskets and the baskets that we played last week at Krokel, with the old Latitude baskets, they have a very wide base. I mean, it's essentially a completely different shape. And that's why I think on the top level we should have a standardized target so that we stop changing up how we're aiming every time.
I like these. These things look great.
Yeah, they're fine. There's no complaints from me on them. I just think that jumping from, certain width here and a certain width there at every event is just kind of strange. 3 of the 4 on our feature group with the bogey on 1. Quite a few birdies, but that's a good feeling birdie to start this event with.
Hole 2, par 3, 124 meters 407 feet. This one is tucked way up there to the left on this built-up green. You don't see park jobs here really very often at all. You've got to go so high, so tight to the left side, and just throw the biggest hyzer you can.
Here's Ricky on the hole. Takes it inside. Lots of power. The height looks good.
Oh, yeah.
But still,
even
third,
that.
yeah, third tier.
Nate, did you have a right to left crosswind during this time?
Not that I remember. Not a noticeably big wind.
Okay, we got Matty O here. Yeah, very similar spot for him. Both from jump putt range. And Matty O drains it from deep. And Ricky hammers that one in.
I feel like this is a typical distance you're going to find yourself for birdie on this course a lot. So circle 2 looks...
Especially on this hole. It's so hard to get all the way to the pin. That one looks steep hyzer for Simon. And fights through to the second tier.
Wow, and deep into there too as well, I think. That's one of the best drives I've personally seen on this hole.
Ooh, that looked high.
High and inside. That's the way you want to play this hole.
He says he likes it, and why wouldn't he?
Yeah. And that's it on the second tier, I believe, right?
Oh, yeah.
2 fantastic drives so far. It's a bit low, but maybe Niklas has got the right shape on it.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't think he liked it out of the hand.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of an awkward follow through. And look, the shadows are out in full force right now. And that's a pretty typical result. Trying to challenge that inside tree line. Often you'll get at least 1, 2, or 3 shots that hit those early obstacles.
How far is this?
I see the paint. I think 12 meters.
Ooh, just a little bit low. Right on line.
Simon just inside the circle.
That's a frustrating miss. See if Corey can right the others' wrongs and get on the board. First birdie for our feature card. Obviously, Corey well known for being such a dynamic putter. Great range, very consistent, good pace. Things you need to be a major champion.
You could say this about a lot of our feature groups this year, but I think this one especially is some dangerous dudes from Circle 3.
And Lowry Leitonen and Samuel Heinonen starting off the tournament right with a couple of birdies on 1 and 2.
It's a nice little start there. We got hole 3. This is 118 meters. You look at the shape of this fairway, you're going to want to bring something from left to right high that bends in here nice and subtle. Fairway driver, some people might be able to push a mid-range that far. Sidearms can get you probably right around the mouth if you throw a really great one.
Yeah, you can get in the mouth with the sidearm, but it's definitely a better shape for the backhand turnover. Like, that is the shape right there.
If that isn't good,
oh, that is glorious.
yeah, then I don't know anything about this hole. That's amazing. What a shot.
Corey looking to go 2 under. or 1 under through 3 holes with a bogey. And that needs to move right in a hurry.
Almost.
Really pushing the width there for Simon. Ends up hitting the left side, drops down. We're going to have to pitch up for the par. See if Niklas can get on the board here on 3.
Looks like it's a little heavy on the turn.
That can be dangerous.
Oh,
Looks like it got out.
yeah.
That was close.
How far does Niklas live from this course? Do you know? He's more in Helsinki,
He's
isn't he?
a Helsinki guy, so that's
Yeah,
about
so he's probably not
hour
getting
and
up
a
here
half, 2
too
hours.
often. Not too often. Lots of tournament rounds.
a lot of tournament rounds. This has been the host for the Finnish Nationals in the past. And Gannon hitting the last one on that inside tree. I'm sure he thought that was going to be a birdie look.
Little upshot there from Simon. Gannon's going to try to get some sort of bid, but this is a long ways from a knee.
And just a moment ago,
Oh,
we saw
no,
shadows, and it looks like maybe a little extra rain coming down now. A lot of the rain that's going to be coming down over the next hour is just going to be from the wind, knocking a lot of that dew off the leaves.
Does it still count as dew when it's just rain?
Not dew.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's dew.
I threw it out there knowing that you'd be right there to
Yeah.
correct it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's in my contract.
And once again, there's a shadow here on the green. That's a good save for Niklas.
Yeah, he was pretty short right there, but very tricky approach.
Condensation?
Rain.
Is it still called rain if it isn't actively raining?
Yeah, I think so.
Just rainwater, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And Corey with the nice birdie. That was a beautiful drive.
Ooh, what about this one? Puddles. Those are normally made by rain.
Puddles?
Yeah.
The puddles in the tree.
Yeah, there's some
That's what we're
puddle.
talking about here.
Yeah, there's some puddles
Let's
in the
move
tree.
on, huh?
What would it be called if there's water in the middle of a leaf?
That was my dilemma.
a puddle.
Okay. Anyone get 3? Yeah, Lowry.
Wow, that is a dream.
Heck yeah, man.
That's incredible.
Leading a major through 3 holes.
And you know you're leading.
Yeah,
Everybody goes through,
exactly.
you're like, yeah,
Only
nobody else did
69
that.
holes left. If he birdies them all, he's gonna win.
Oh, I think he's got a great shot. Hole 4, par 4, 860 feet. You got to move this drive slightly left. Throw your big distance driver flat to fade. Then you have roller or big turnover probably to try to get back to this pin. Pretty well guarded. Beautiful green up on that right side. Very long hole.
This course has a lot of 800-foot par
Yes,
fours.
it does.
800 plus.
And with a little more constraint than a lot of the U.S., the courses we're playing on the U.S. Pro Tour. Maybe a little less distance, but it more than makes up for it with some tough areas of trees and obviously plenty out of bounds.
That's the issue. A little too close for a full free swing, I think, coming up for Corey. But the big hyzers are nearly always going to find themselves near that set of 3 trees that are in the middle of the fairway.
So what are they looking to do here, Jerm?
I think you still just kind of take your odds. You throw it up there, and you hope that maybe you're far enough back behind it that you can lay down the big sky roller. You can throw it a little bit shorter off the tee and give yourself a less obstructed turnover approach. But I think the play is to just kind of challenge them and hope that you don't have them in your way or in your run-up.
A little bit lower, a little bit straighter. He needs this to start pulling left.
And that's the issue if you try to stay away from those trees, is that corner bunker area is pretty thick, and Niklas is going to have his hands full now trying to get up to the pin in the next 2 shots to save his par.
It just hurts so bad. 860-foot hole, and now all of a sudden you're crawling into these trees
Yes.
soaked with dew.
Yes.
And you're trying to,
Oh,
what are
look
you
at
doing?
this.
You're pitching just 100 feet, potentially.
Gannon trying to just go over the top of all of them. Ends up in a pretty similar spot, but he's so far left that I think he's going to have a pretty clean look at the second shot.
Niklas got a little lucky here and made it to the back side of that bunker
Yeah, he
tree.
might get a little more distance than I thought possible. Oh, yeah, that's plenty. Nicely done.
Shouldn't be much in the way now for Niklas. This is a pretty common stance here when your drive's right behind these 3 trees. Like, what do I do now? And you got a lot of options, just none of them are that great. He's a little bit too far left to get the sky roller because he needs a little bit more width on that left side, but Simon's a creative guy. Let's see what he pulls out.
Up into the sky.
Oh, just the turnover play.
Turning.
And it's holding the turn.
This is looking good.
Wow, what a throw. Simon, that's just beautiful.
That was incredible.
How far was that?
I think that was every bit of 450, if not 460.
That's a 100-meter stake there. So, you know, yeah, I think Jerm's in the neighborhood. Absolutely.
Wow, what a shot from Simon.
Oh, Corey going the lower line. Look at this.
Wow.
Corey Ellis, what
Look at
a
it
start
spinning
now.
on the ground. That was fantastic.
And the best drive of the bunch. Let's see if Gannon's able to find his way to the first birdie of his round.
Looks overcooked.
Asking for some help.
It
Oh,
gets
wow.
it. It gets it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
He's going to be happy when he sees that one, I think.
Got 3 looks for birdie on this hole right now. That's awesome.
Little par save.
Yeah.
Coming right up.
Perfect touch with the forehand. Niklas's forehand is very good. We give him so much credit for his technical backhand skills that we don't typically talk about his forehand, but it's good. Another birdie looks squandered for Simon. Low off the cage again.
Yeah, that's tough with such a brilliant second shot to get it even in there.
Gannon with a great look now after that towering second shot and hangs on the left side.
Yeah, that's funny. Gannon ends up getting the bird with, I would say, not the shot he was looking for. Simon throws the exacto line that he wanted. Comes away with par.
I'd say Gannon's shot was a 7 out of 10 and Simon's was a 9.5.
If there was no trees, Gannon would be 180 feet away from the
And a turkey of
Got a
birdies.
little bit of plinko happening.
Yes.
Anytime you get 3 birdies in a row on this course, you're doing something right. But Corey Ellis, righting the wrong right off the bogey on hole 1, getting the next 3. He is now 2 under, which is a fantastic starting pace.
Yeah, there's definitely not a stretch on this course where you can kind of go, oh, you got those 3, nice. I mean,
No.
most people are doing that. Like any 3-hole stretch includes a bruiser.
And that puts him on the leaderboard. Look at that. I mean, you're on the leaderboard if you're 1 down through 4 holes. How often do we say that on any event? And this is at a major championship. This is pretty incredible. Hole 5, par 4, 728 feet. This is a flex forehand shot. You want to get around that corner. If you don't, say sayonara to your birdie look. From there, you got OB on that left side going down this pretty open tunnel to a basket that is obstructed by trees in every single direction, all closely knit to the basket. And we got a Chris Dickerson check in here.
Oh, and he's going roller.
And this is back there on hole 4. And that comes up pretty dang short. But it catches.
Wow, nice putt.
The old stally putt right there, kind of up, anting, and then drops in. That was nice.
Multiple-time major champion Chris Dickerson.
Yeah, he's a scary person on this course, let me tell you.
So what's this? What's the goal with this shot? Just a little drift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably that.
Once you get to the corner there, it's going to be a longer approach than a successful forehand. But Corey's got all the distance in the world. He's got an open shot. It's a great drive. And Gannon did not get enough turn on this, I fear. Oh, gets to the corner, though.
I think that's a great little kick right there. That was heading into the woods, and now he might have some sort of play into the green.
Yeah,
tough.
Maybe a roller from there. Simon also electing to go backhand. You can see the wind picking up right now.
Oh,
uh-oh.
Boy.
Don't like that.
See if Niklas can show us the proper line here. If this is overstable enough, yeah, I like it a lot.
Oh, beautiful. Man, that's good.
Once again, Niklas, he's got that great forehand. Great everything, really.
Yeah, I think once you see whatever decision Niklas makes off the tee, it's probably the right one for the hole.
I agree.
Because he's so good at both backhand and sidearm. He's really technical with both as well. That the optimal play he's going to choose.
He plays the way I wish I could. And Corey can make it 4 in a row.
This looks good.
It does. Oh, yeah.
Man.
What is going on with this guy right now?
Nice. Gannon has enough room to go forehand here. Gonna probably put some height under this.
I always forget that about him. He's got the sidearm that goes forever.
Oh, man. Just a little shorter, a little longer. Either one would have been fine. And after this booming drive, Niklas is second.
Another flex.
Just has to not plink it too hard off these trees. And that's going to be a technical 4-meter putt.
Simon from way out.
I really like obstructed greens as long as there's a way to get creative from any angle 360 degrees around the basket.
Does this green pass that test?
I've only played 2 rounds here, so I haven't quite found all the spots, but I think it looks like the gaps are just big enough that you can straddle one way or the other and get a look.
Gannon a little bit low.
And Corey's just going to get 4 in a row. Again, this is something you're not going to see very often ever on this course, especially on a day with wet conditions, sloppy lies. Corey's off to a hot start right now.
Niklas getting back to even par, a place that you definitely feel a little more comfortable on this hole with bogeys awaiting you at every single corner. If you can start off and you can get 1-2 under, those are patter strokes right there. Those are padding your score in case the bad stuff comes.
It helps you swing a little freer, I think, on the rest of the course when you're not trying to chase and save yourself right from the jump.
And Corey Ellis at the top now with Samuel Heinonen at 3 under par with the bogey on the first. Just an awesome turnaround so far.
Hole 6, par 3, 318 feet. You see this one. This is the tallest mound I've ever played on, I've ever seen. You can see the different tiers. There's not really the right spot to hit it on. I think just in front there's a second tier you're kind of aiming for, but we've seen a lot of people land to the right side of this green, and that is a hilarious putt.
I just call this thing Everest. I mean, this is just the Everest of disc golf basket.
Look at this shot. Oh, man. barely too
sit.
far.
Yeah. And you just imagine with all the rain, that thing would have stuck in the ground at such a towering height.
I think if it's a tiny bit shorter, it would.
Yeah, it's close.
Just catching the downslope.
And even with Corey's putting ability, I think that's a layup.
Yeah, you have to lay it up from that side.
And it's not even easy.
That is the drive.
Yeah.
I think that's the safest spot you can land it. 20-footer.
Beautiful throw.
Gannon likes the hyzer play. Looks
Not great.
shy of the basket.
You gotta watch out for those trees. He's on the good side of them, but if you're on the other side, it's actually not an easy layup, and you're in circle 2.
Is he running it from right there?
I think he
Gannon
will.
He's just crazy enough to run it from there, but I think most people would give it a good long look.
He might lay that up, but I don't know. I haven't seen him lay too many things up. Wind is calm.
And Corey making the smart business decision. Yeah, there's no way Gannon's laying this up.
And that checks up actually pretty well.
How on earth did that sit down there? And Simon in for the birdie. I don't know exactly where he landed, but I tell you, it's a good putt because you can't be close on that side of the green.
Yeah.
What a break that was for Gannon. That could have easily rolled to another 40, 50 feet.
Caught the good side of the flop.
And doesn't pay the price for being aggressive on his putt. That's big. Those strokes all add up at the end of the major. And a couple of birdies in a row now for Niklas. I think you were talking about it a little earlier, Paul, about how just being under par on this course just gives you that mental buffer. It just gives you an opportunity to feel like you're ahead of the course. And that is, if you feel like you're behind on this course, it's so hard to play catch up. It's so tough at every angle and every turn. Under par, it just feels nice.
Hole 7 is a par 4, shooting out of a little bit of a narrow gap. You'd like to get a lot of height under the disc to get over the out of bounds forest on the right side, swing down to the left, leave yourself in that 100-meter area, and then I think it's a spike hyzer from there. You really need to concentrate on getting your angle sharp because there's OB, obviously the pond, but also just about 10 meters to the left of the basket. So if you come in low with some steam, you're just going to skip out the backside. That is a perfect drive.
A great angle, too. He's going to have plenty of width to throw another spike hyzer into the green if he chooses to be aggressive.
How far is it from that drive?
I think in that 100-meter neighborhood, maybe a little less.
I'd agree with that.
So he's going.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Definitely.
You don't really change how you throw this drive, I don't think. I think that you want to throw the big hyzer, and then you can still throw a layup shot from there. We're not going to see that from Simon or Niklas, but...
Yeah, it's not like there's some obvious little layup drive that you can go with. You
have to
like
punch a hyzer high,
put the
otherwise
height
you're going to
under
go out
it.
of bounds.
Yeah. This is pretty wide, which is a little scary. I think Corey's a little worried as well.
Oh, and that's the mistake to try your best to avoid making. It's going to be out of bounds early for Corey now.
This looks like a pretty good shape, but might be tucked in a little left.
Yeah.
By that OB line, too. Cutting it close.
Hangs on. So Corey in a tricky spot here has got a lot of room to make up.
I think the mistake where he is there it would be getting too aggressive.
Correct. Oh, no.
And he might have just done that exact thing.
Oh, wow. Overturns his shot. OB on his third throw. Now he's throwing 5. And he's throwing before the other drives have been thrown.
Oh, no. This is left.
And
That's OB for sure.
And he's going to be throwing his 7th shot.
Nowhere near the basket.
And how quick it happens, guys. Unbelievable. Corey's going to be looking at a long look for the triple. More than likely a quadruple bogey coming up. And that's if he doesn't go out of bounds in the pond.
Do you guys think that's just from not knowing the hole? Maybe he threw that shot. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Come on.
Brutal.
Misses that wall and he's in the bullseye. Just spins the wrong direction.
I don't know how it's not tombstoning with all the rain. How is this not stuck right there?
Oh, what an awful break for Gannon. That kind of makes up for what happened on the prior hole, I feel like, in some ways. Not that it needs to be a makeup stroke, just kind of feels that way. This is pretty wide for Niklas. Oh, so good.
Wow.
Bullseye.
And the difference between Gannon and Niklas's shot is just a matter of inches.
It's a matter of the flip of the disc. That's it.
Yep.
Same shot, just different reaction.
And Simon playing this.
Oh, no.
A matter of the flip.
Oh, my gosh.
I wonder, with the tech disc coming into play and kind of hearing about some of the data of players' throws. I know Gannon is like one of the fastest RPM guys that we've ever seen. Could the difference between Niklas and Gannon's reaction on the ground come down to spin rate?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where Gannon's just refuses to fall over because it's got so much good spin on it.
Corey's bid for the triple bogey is off left, and that amazing start is going to get canceled with a quadruple bogey. And Gannon offering some assistance for Simon.
Those can be used as some retrievers, those long bad boys right there.
That was well done.
Give it a little tap.
They extend.
And Simon connects on the par putt. Gets his disc back, saves the par. No harm, no foul.
Are those discs gone in there, or can you see in there?
They're pretty gone.
Okay.
They're pretty gone. Like, that's a mud puddle.
Yeah, I don't know how deep it is. Thankfully, I haven't thrown one in there yet.
It's a puddle?
But some of the
pretty
guys, some of the staff, as I went by on one of my practice rounds, were like, oh, if you throw in there, you will not see that disc.
Large puddle.
Well, Niklas Anttila, just like that, jumps to the top of the group, and Corey goes from being 3 under to 1 over just like that.
What a crazy round he's having.
Oh, unreal. What a beautiful hole this one is. Hole 8, the birch trees line this gorgeous fairway, 387 feet, straight as a string. Just have to keep it down the middle. You could throw a mid-range hard down that left side, have it flip up and turn, maybe a fairway driver, but whatever the straightest disc you have, throw it here on hole 8. And that's what you want.
Awesome shots.
Oh, gorgeous to see Niklas Anttila throw shots down hallways in Finland.
With the course being as hard as it is, you guys think this is one of the kind of the muskets when you get to it? Does it feel like that?
No.
It doesn't feel like a
it
musket.
feels like an opportunity, but
Yeah.
there's hardly any holes on this course that feel like muskets.
I'm with you all the way.
It
Nate.
feels like an opportunity, which is refreshing in
It
itself.
sounds like that is a musket on this course.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it feels like a really good get, but the opportunity is certainly more presentable than in some of these holes. And that is way right now. Gannon's going to be trying to get creative. Let's see how Corey bounces back. And it must have been a punch to the stomach there.
There is a nasty mud puddle over there that you don't want to mess with.
And
I think he got left of it.
I'm happy that he did, because that actually is a really deep puddle. Oh my gosh. Gannon almost just scramble makes it from Never Neverland. But you have to find your disc because it's not out of bounds. And that's actually a pretty deep puddle there on that left side.
Oh, yeah. We Tuomas Hutiainen. Yeah, he came back mud up to his knees and had to re-tee.
Oh, no.
Just brutal. They couldn't find it in that little puddle.
Oh, awful. Corey. Oh, that looked good.
Had a lot of promise on it, didn't it?
He's got some work to do to save the par. Another gut check time coming after the quadruple bogey. Simon left side's kind of a little embarrassed about that one, but it's in.
Man, we haven't seen a quad on the coverage in a long time. Probably since the last time we saw this coverage last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the benefiter from that one.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Anthony Barella with the late struggle on 16 of the final round last year. If you watch our coverage, you'll probably remember that one well with the island hole.
So much so that the PDGA
That's what I was looking for, and then
change the rules on that hole.
I lost all my words.
A great birdie there for Niklas.
4 in a row.
Wow.
Okay. Niklas Anttila now on our leaderboard.
Just stay away from the quads, young fella. You're going to be just fine.
I see Roland Kuhr on the, I don't know quite how to say it. I know you played with him in Denmark?
Yes.
15 years old?
Young.
And just got every shot in the game, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Awesome.
All of them.
I haven't met him yet, but been watching that name on the leaderboards.
Yeah, he's been making a name for himself this season at the big international events. I don't really know how reachable this hole is. I don't think the flyover really gives it justice, but it's about facing Niklas's right shoulder when he's in the back of the tee pad there. It's just so far off to the right, you can't even believe it, honestly.
This is the shot.
You're not going to see many shots better than that on this hole ever. That's inside the circle. That's unbelievable, really.
I can't believe he just made it to the circle.
That's actually crazy. Unbelievable.
That's that trick disc that he had that
the throw-in at
or the albatross.
Yeah, the albatross. That's right. It was an albatross that time.
Oh, wow. This is, it's tailing out just a bit.
Yeah, that's awful, guys. So good.
That's such a good shot. C2 on this hole, you feel like an absolute superhero. You have to throw it so hard, so high, and you risk so much. An early tree kick, and you're absolutely dead to rights.
Ton of angle for Gannon Buhr.
Not bad. I like this shape for Corey, though. I do. He likes those high annies.
Yeah. Oh, just a little too wide, and now he's going to be in, well, kind of kicked down and out into the open. Long jump putt for a long jump putter. That came out with some zip. Oh my goodness. Oh, if that had gone in and Corey just finished even par on the front nine, you didn't say how it happened, you'd feel pretty normal. That was a pretty incredible set of events for him on this nine.
Look out. Wow, another great effort.
Another long jump putter. Gannon Buhr can spin it in there from nearly 175. Simon not quite able to get enough on that one.
Okay, let's see if Niklas can get to 5 in a row, 4 under for the front 9. Kind of out of nowhere.
Wow.
Sure.
Oh my goodness.
All right, how many
Oh
birdies?
my
How many
gosh.
birdies on this hole?
Just way too many, to be honest. with
Really?
you. Way too many. 10.
That's a lot.
That's so many. That is so many. But yeah, I mean, we're not seeing the statistics on all of them, how far they were. But the only one that I see that was technically inside the circle was Rainier's Baladis, who got it from 26 feet. Anthony and Niklas were marked in at 32 feet. So I guess that was technically in the circle, but everyone else is making them from deep, it seems like. And that's pretty normal because this hole is nearly impossible to park.
Simon questioning his putt right there. That's hilarious. He's always having fun, isn't he?
He's one of my favorite players to see struggle. You know what I mean? It usually means he's going to do something exciting soon, but he also can laugh off his mistakes.
Yeah, so looking at the scoreboard, 4 under is pretty dang good on the front. That's going to be your leader after the front 9. And a bunch of people, you know, at that 1 under mark, which I feel like if you finish the round at 1 under, you're not going to be out of the tournament.
No, I don't think
certainly
so.
Not. No, I mean, anything can happen on this hole, on this course. The rain is going to be present on the back 9. It's going to be present probably in round 2. This course can eat you up and spit you out. And yeah, I think if you're within 7 to 8 to even 10 after round 1, I think you're still in it.
Thanks to the Founders Club, we'll be right back with the back 9 from round 1 at the Monster.
See you there.